everybody! So today I am going to be doing a book review on Dorothy Must Die by Danielle Page. I wasn't actually planning on doing a review of this book, but somebody requested it on one of my other videos, so I figured I'd do one because I do want to start doing more reviews on my channel. Dorothy Must Die follows a girl called Amy who is a teenager that lives in Kansas, and she kind of has a bad life. She's having some trouble with school. Her dad left their family and now she lives with her mom in a trailer park. And if you couldn't guess, one day a cyclone comes and takes Amy and her trailer off to Oz. And when Amy gets to Oz, she learns that after Dorothy left, she actually found a way to come back and then gained a bunch of power, which all sort of went to her head. And now she evilly rules over Oz with the Tin Man and the Scarecrow and the Lion as like her evil henchmen. And Glinda's also evil. And as per usual, Amy is told that she has to save Oz and make it how it once was. And in order to do that, she has to remove the Tin Man's heart, steal the Scarecrow's brain, and take the Lion's courage, and then Dorothy must die in the end. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I think it is such an interesting concept because I don't think you ever really hear about the Wizard of Oz retellings or stuff like that, so I thought this was a super interesting story. One of my favorite things about the story was definitely the writing. Danielle Page has like really descriptive writing that made it super easy to imagine how messed up Oz looks now. Pumpkin, could you get off that table? I also really liked the main character, Amy. I feel like recently in YA, female protagonists, and male ones too, tend to be very annoying. At least personally for me, I didn't find Amy to be a super annoying character. There were a couple of things I didn't like about the story though, which is why I didn't give it a full 5 stars, and one was the romance. Also, if I'm looking down, it's because that's where my notes are. The romance felt kind of forced and unnecessary. Like, I felt like the author was just putting in a romance just for the sake of having one. I honestly don't feel like this story needed a romance. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a good romance in any kind of book, but I felt like the story was just fine without one. Like, it's such an interesting story that you just don't need a romance. Another thing I didn't really like was that this had a lot of YA tropes, which I don't mind that much, but probably my least favorite trope ever, which literally drives me nuts, is the whole kind of like training trope where like a character has to train in fighting or in magic in order to, you know, fight the villain or whatever. And to be honest, I kind of lost a little bit of hope in the story because that's just how much this trope bugs me. Luckily, the ending really brought it back. I absolutely loved the first part of the story and then the last part of the story. The middle part with the training, not so much, but the rest of it was really good. So overall, I thought it was a super interesting story. The Scarecrow by far is my favorite character because he is so like interesting, and he's like the most creepy, like messed up character out of all of them. I'm not going to really say why because I'll just leave that for you to find out when you read the book, which hopefully you will if you haven't already. So those are pretty much all my thoughts on the book. I didn't really have a ton of thoughts for it, but I figured this was good enough for a review, hopefully. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you thought of this book or if you're interested in reading it. And that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!